Welcome back everyone to Best of the Rest. This three-part series is where I take the first guy outside the playoffs and put him in place of the last guy in the playoffs. This past Friday I covered the Cup Series and what would have happened if the top non-chaser made it, and we had some pretty exciting scenarios. So today we will be going over the Xfinity Series and what could have happened had the top guy made it. In 2016, the last guy in was Brendan Gaughan. The first driver out was Dakota Armstrong. Armstrong in the round of 12 had finishes of 18th, 20th, and 19th. This was nowhere near good enough to make the round of 8 as he missed by 18 points. Armstrong would go on to finish the season 12th in points. In 2017, NASCAR would introduce playoff points to the elimination bracket style format. 5 bonus points for a win, 1 for stage wins, and the top 10 in regular season points would also receive additional playoff points. In 2017, the first driver out was Ross Chastain. The last guy in the playoffs was Jeremy Clemens, who picked up a win at Road America earlier that year. Chastain would have 0 playoff points, putting him as the 12th seed. His bid to get to the round of 8 wouldn't be off to a great start as he finished 21st at Kentucky and then finished 12th at Dover and 14th at Charlotte. This run of mediocrity would make him a first round exit by 16 points. However, Chastain would finish the year 11th in points ahead of Blake Cook, who was in a Kaulig car. In 2018, Michael Annett would be the first driver out. The last driver in was Ryan Truex, running for Kaulig. Annett had 0 playoff points and was of course the 12th seed. In the round of 12, Annett would fail to score a single stage point and had finishes of 14th, 20th, and 12th. This would make Michael Annett miss the round of 8 by a not surprising 41 points. Annett would finish 2018 12th in points. In 2019, the first guy out would be, prepare yourself for this one, but Gray Gaulding. The driver that was last among the real-life playoff field was Justin Haley. Now, Gaulding obviously didn't have a single playoff point to his name as the 12th seed. In the round of 12 races, he only had 1 top 20 finish and was eliminated by a monster 65 points. Gaulding would clearly finish the year 12th in points. In 2020, the driver going in would be Jeremy Clemens. He would be replacing rookie Riley Herbst. Clemens walked in with 0 playoff points, which once again puts him as the 12th seed. In the round of 12, Clemens finished 13th at Vegas, 20th at Talladega, and then finished 16th at the Charlotte Roval. This was once again a first round exit, and Clemens finished 12th in points. In 2021, the first driver out was Ryan Sieg. The driver that he would take a playoff spot from was Jeremy Clemens. Once again, Sieg had 0 playoff points and was a 12th seed. In the round of 12, Sieg finished 17th at Las Vegas, 11th at Talladega, and then had a horrid day at the Roval, finishing 32nd. Sieg missed out on the round of 8 by 36 points and would have finished the year 12th in points. In 2022, Landon Castle would be the first guy out and would take over that last playoff spot from Jeremy Clemens. Castle also had no playoff points and is once again the 12th seed. Castle's playoffs wouldn't get off to a great start. He finished 33rd at Texas after a crash, but followed it up with a 3rd place run at Talladega. At the Charlotte Roval, Castle finished 10th but wouldn't make the round of 8 by 32 points, and Castle managed to finish the season on 11th. In 2023, Riley Herbst was the first man out and Jeb Burton was the last man in. Riley would actually have a playoff point by getting a stage win at Atlanta earlier in the year, but this still wouldn't be good enough as he was still the 12th seed and would start 7 points down. Herbst started well, finishing 8th at Bristol, but then would get caught up in a crash at Texas and he finished 37th, but he would bounce back the next week at the Roval by finishing 4th. However, this still wouldn't be good enough as he still missed the round of 8 by 38 points. But Herbst would have a strong showing in the last 4 races of the season, getting his first career win in dominant fashion at Las Vegas. Herbst would finish the season 7th in points. In 2024, Ryan Sieg would be the driver going in. The driver coming out would be Shane Van Gisbergen. Sieg would have 2 playoff points by having stage wins at Indianapolis and Michigan. Sieg would be seated 11th. That's a new one. In the round of 12, Sieg ran solidly. He finished 16th at Kansas and then followed it up with a 2nd at Talladega, but a no stage point 17th place day would knock him out in the round of 12 by 25 points. Throughout the remainder of the playoffs, Sieg was solid, almost winning at Las Vegas, and then he would finish the season 9th in points. So that was pretty disappointing. None of these drivers made it past the first round. The closest one to it was Ross Chastain driving for JD Motorsports. But the best season by any one of these drivers was Riley Herbst in 2023. He finished 7th, which is the highest among any of these guys. Now the worst was definitely Gray Gaulding. I mean, the guy was driving for SS Greenlight. It wasn't like he was going to make any noise anyway. But this just kind of tells me that the Xfinity Series was highly uncompetitive in the late 2010s and early 2020s. Maybe going forward, we can finally see someone break through in the future. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'm trying to hit 4,000 by the end of the year. Follow me on Instagram. Thank you to my channel members, and I will see you Wednesday for the final part of this series. Y'all have a good one.